Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 142 of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm your dungeon master. That stands for Dungeon Master. And my name is Luke, and my players are joining me. Their names are as follows.
Dungeon Master.
Hello, my name is Ben, and I play the level 7 gnome wizard, Windsor Wallaby, on this show, Trials and Trebuchets, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles.
Meow.
Hello, all. Hello. It is me, Carla, and I play the level 7 Tiefling Roguelike Integrity Isla Idleberry. It's all about the money, money, money. Yes, I want your money, money, money. Just want to make the world dance. Make myself a rich scumbag.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 7 half-elf bard. Who needs a golem, cause I'm building me some. I'm staying cold and making gold with everyone. On a mission to get tuition, I'm a Troyal worker. Wah-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
I like that. Can we just have all verbatim, please?
Right? I will do all of Inside via intros eventually.
Oh, beautiful. My name is Sam, and I play the level 7 human sorceress, Saranep Cinderman, otherwise known as SS, which stands for Saranep Cinderman. After a wonderful discussion, I can't wait to see what will go wrong.
If you put a line between the SS, or like between in the S, you put a line.
I'm
It's
either
money,
a person or I'm a
which is
boat. We
money,
don't know.
Signs.
What happened?
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, Mira made a case for staying enrolled at Wildcliff School of the Arcane against her parents' best wishes. In the end, she was given the opportunity to prove that Wildcliff isn't as dangerous as her parents seem to think it is.
A difficult feat to master.
She has until the end of the festival, amidst magic duels, snake attacks, converging potentialities, exploding lemons, and people delving into ancient and secret ruins and stealing talismans and getting visions of a horrible future to do this.
Fuck.
Shit.
Afterwards, Swim explained Yogg's existence and were met with an easy acceptance from Headmaster Crow, as well as job offers for winter placement work at the northern town of Troyal for the wonderful Crow Mercantile Corporation. And that's what happened last time, folks, in case you forgot.
No, we didn't, because we just recorded it a second ago.
Shh.
No, I forgot.
Yeah, same.
Remember,
playing a
we're
D&D podcast?
still in that 1 year-long recording spree. We have not stopped
2019.
recording.
It's been 6 months.
It's been 6 months.
It's July 2019.
It's been
I don't know
12
about a
years.
pandemic.
I sure hope nothing bad happens in a few months next year.
So, we find Swim, rather. You, the listener, are not here unless you pay us to be here, in which case you're probably here.
Unless you're listening to us on a VR headset where you are out in the podcast. Congratulations.
So, we see the students, Saranep Cinderman, Winsler Wallaby, Integrity Idleberry, and Mira Marchand, along with the 5th member, Yogg, who's tagging along.
Swimmy.
Swimmy. They've just left the alchemy building, and you all, please tell me, what are you doing, please? You have a meeting plans with your parents, or at least in Idleberry's and potentially Marchand's. Winsler, if you wanted to grab your parents, it could be a wonderful affair, but that's up to you all. What are you doing? You all tell me the events.
Well, we have plans to go for dinner.
Mm.
I don't remember if I invited my parents, but I will go find them and invite them along because I feel like they deserve to be there.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
would say.
So are we going to have the dinner at the dining hall, or should we have it somewhere special?
I guess Saranep's dorm could be special, but that's up to Saranep. I mean, dining hall's always nice. Then everyone can, like, see the school and, like, see that it's cool and nice and, like, safe and neat. And
Dining hall would probably be the safest bet because I don't know how big Serenet's room really is.
Well, I mean, I do have a dining table technically in there, but I
Huge.
don't. Okay, wait.
Seats at least 16.
Really?
Yes.
This is
real,
Sam's
holy
reaction.
You
shit.
say it can sit 15?
16.
So
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we could do that. Like, we could do, like, maybe we could do, like, a tour around the grounds first, and then we can grab food. If we want more privacy, my dorm room is available. Like, I have enough spaces. I would want to get changed and maybe clean up a bit first before everyone got there, but I'm happy to do that.
Well, I don't want to impose.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. There's nothing like dangerous or anything that would intimidate a parent in your dorm at the moment, right, Serenep?
I very thoroughly cleaned up my room to be my parent safe.
Oh, then we're good.
So
Cool.
we should be
to a higher
fine.
standard even.
Yeah, we should be like totally fine. It's mostly just like it doesn't look the same as the last time you guys saw it. I should say that first, just so you're not completely thrown off. A lot of my personality is not there currently, if that makes sense.
Well, I'll
Hey,
take care.
Integrity.
Yes.
I'm gonna like shuffle over and like
Yeah.
beckon her to like shrink down so I could whisper in her ear.
A little aside occurs.
Maybe it's a good idea to tell your parents not to bring up the whole, combustible lemon thing.
That is a good idea. I'll make sure that my mom does not say anything.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people would get in trouble if that ever.
A lot of people would, and I don't know if my parents would like to hear that, nor Mira's.
So I'm just saying that we're going to fill them with so much information.
Meanwhile, staring at the mirror to the side, have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we could like figure out like a
we're
little
going to
tour.
fill that party with so much other stuff that they won't even talk about those exploding lemons.
Thank goodness.
Oh
It's
wait,
like, oh, that's so cool. You're gonna decorate it with that. I mean, that sounds really nice.
I mean, I might have to. I'll clean it up a bit more because And I look over and I see them like whispering, but I'm kind of like they're doing their thing, whatever. Like, because Integrity's mom doesn't know who I am.
Right, the whole cousins thing.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be good? Like, is the dinner gonna be okay? Are you like gonna say anything?
No, I mean, I didn't, oddly enough, did not think that this was going to be happening so soon. I mean, I know time works forward, or in this case, I guess in a loop, but like, I mean, I'm hoping that maybe tonight will be a good first impression of me and then discussion, but that means I have to put away the heirlooms and put away the crests, like the stuff I had made my parent safe to see. So that's why I was saying you guys could like do a tour around the campus. I'll get my room cleaned up.
Would you like me to go to the kitchen and get food? Yogg says.
Could you do that for us, Yogg? That would be great.
I still know the plan, or rather the way there, and I could go and fetch many things.
Yeah,
That'll
like
that'll be great.
like do your parents have any like eating like food preferences, like any special dietary needs, that kind of stuff?
Do they have any allergies?
Any allergies? Like, are any of them vegetarian, vegan, like gluten-free? Like, I want to like, good first impressions, want to make sure everything's safe.
Not on my end. My mom tried to be vegetarian for about a year and then decided she didn't want to be. So, all good for me. Just, like, no weird foods that might, like, explode or something. I don't know. I'm, like, kind of just make sure it's all safe
Okay,
stuff, I guess.
All right, so no Noma's surprise.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay,
Right.
how about like a favorite food from each family? Like maybe a little thing from each, like what, like I look over to Integrity, like what's your mom's favorite like dessert? Maybe we can have that as the dessert for the meal. Like,
Oh, my mom absolutely loves apple pie with, make sure that it has cinnamon, and then you put whipped cream on top, and like a serving of ice cream that is vanilla that you add a little bit of salt on top, and yeah, she absolutely loves that.
I wonder
Integrity,
actually.
is that your favorite dessert? Are you just passing this off your favorite dessert as your mom's favorite dessert?
Our family is like a dessert family. So, what my mom loves, I love.
Because like
Okay.
something I'm suddenly thinking of is like I don't know if they'll remember me, but I do kind of have a friend in the kitchen. Maybe I could go and ask about food preparations, and then y'all would be able to bring it up. While the food's getting ready, I can go and get my room cleaned up, like everything.
Sounds like a good idea.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I think I just kind of like jot down like any kind of food preferences, like favorite foods, like just to kind of like see what we can put in there.
Please, what is the food which you suggest that your parents love that Sarah and Eph will go and make sure the preparations are in order for?
Cow's milk and radish stew.
Wonderful.
Okay, we got a stew. We have a dessert.
Mira.
And for an appetizer, my dad loves bruschetta. Bruschetta, as one would say.
What's a tomato?
As he would say.
Yes, he would say bruschetta.
Okay.
Cow's milk.
Cow's milk and radish stew.
Oh, and radish. My apologies, Ben.
That sounds like that honestly, as like an appetizer, then meal, and then like dessert. That sounds like a pretty good kind of consistency.
And you can also
you know what I mean?
choose what you really like, Sarah. And I'm sure they might be fine with that too.
I mean,
I won't complain about more food.
I don't think I actually have a favorite food. Like everything was made by like a chef. So like I never really had like the ability to have a favorite food, and everything the chef made was complicated, which you want to avoid. Maybe I'll just maybe I'll start some tea. I have a nice tea that I like. I'll make some tea for when you guys all get there.
Oh, that sounds good.
Perfect. Okay. So, with that, Serenep heads off in some way to the kitchen.
I mean, I've been to the kitchen a
order
couple of
to-
times.
Been to the kitchen a couple times tonight.
Yeah.
To sort that out, you descend through some sort of hidden passageway of a sort. As there is no traditional entry into the kitchen, you must do so through a series of tunnels which exist underneath the campus, like an anthill, cutting holes through things, through the stone. But you can enter into the kitchen. You see some remnants as you look around, Serenep. Now that you're entering here in a way which you were not doing when you were accompanying Angelica, you see that there is some remnants of a dark purple ooze or goo on on like the walls. All of the cooking implements and like main fire ranges and stove sections made of clay and just iron or steel, those seem to be devoid of goo and all the sort. But a couple of like the crates on the wall, all the crates on the wall have a Crow Mercantile Corporation logo slapped on the side of them, and some of them, the most recently accessed ones, have that purple goo which you recognize, Serenep.
Okay.
It looks to be not quite that abundant, but it's present. So if you'd like to go talk to it,
Yeah,
and just give that little list.
Yeah, I'd like to go over and I'm trying to think of how to because like my thought process is the little piece that I had ended up with in my room was part of like the larger, I'm guessing, conscience of this slime. So I think I'm gonna step over to like the one some of the goop that's closest to me.
Yes.
And say, hello, sorry to bother you. I was hoping I could get some help this evening.
The goo bubbles and pops, and it almost seems as if it warms up and becomes less viscous, almost more liquidy, and it starts slopping to the ground. You don't know what that means, but you can continue giving it the order as it pools on the ground underfoot, Sarah.
I think I would try to is it on my foot?
No, it just started sliding off the boxes and stuff onto the ground.
I think she would try to trying to see if she can maybe jog its memory of who I am.
Yeah.
Hi, I don't know
Okay.
if you remember me. You part of you was inside of my cupboard. You made croissants and some pastries. I was just wondering, we are having a little bit of a dinner this evening with my group and their parents, and we were hoping to have some food made, and we would bring it up to the room. Are you okay with that?
The goo continues bubbling which historically, Serenepth, has been an affirmative response.
Awesome.
Affirmative.
I think she kind of just takes out her little notebook and kind of just runs through the different things.
Goes through the little
the
menu
different
that you
things.
had created.
Like she has the tea in her room, so she doesn't need to ask
Yep.
about that. But like,
Perfect. Everything else, though, yes. Yes.
perfect. And
The cook can supply such things, Sam. We can work a deal. This can go well, I think. Yes. So you give it this little menu, read it out. It bubbles and like splushes on the ground in happy goo body language, I guess. And you can depart hoping, but knowing that something will be here upon Yogg's arrival to fetch
I thought Yogg
food.
followed me.
Yogg can have followed you and will remain seated in the corner of the kitchen, waiting patiently for food to be prepared in that case. How about that?
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
I say thank you to the goo, and I let Yogg know that I will see them upstairs when the food is ready.
They will put a hand up and wave at you as you
I will
leave
wait
them.
back. And I will head upstairs and clean up the remainders of my family name in the room to put
Perfect.
away.
Wiped clean.
This room has never
I
been
am
moved
now
into.
Sarah.
They're just books.
What are the
I'm
rest of you?
Serenepth Snake.
What are the rest of
I don't
you
own a snake.
doing
What?
in this moment? Yeah.
I'm going to go find my parents, I think, in Vendor Village is my main
Okay.
activity at the moment.
I'm probably gonna go find my parents, which are probably still in my room.
Okay. And Miss Idleberry.
I'm also going to find my mother and my siblings.
What?
I
a
guess
shocker.
do we all decide to go meet them at Serenep's?
I think so.
That were we
That makes
Probably
sense.
talk to
Yeah.
them for a few minutes and like look around so that Serenep has enough time to get food and clean up. And
Yeah.
then head on up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Winsler, you find your parents have swapped, and your father is now taking a evening nap. He seems to be snoring heavily in your room. Your mother is reading the almanac, one of the almanacs she brought with her, just some light reading.
Yeah.
And they will easily come along with you after your father is woken up brusquely.
Gotta wake up my pa.
Absolutely. It's like waking a sleeping bear, which is to
It's
say
very
he's
difficult.
He's a very deep sleeper. He's also hairy, so, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Good to note.
I mean, it's important. I gotta really... People gotta know Winsler's dad is a hairy man, you know, a hairy dwarf.
Okay.
Kurt is not here, importantly.
Okay.
Uh,
I wonder where he could be.
Integrity, Idleberry. You happen upon your I think you would hear the like laughter of your siblings as your ears like perk up as you're walking around Vendor Village looking for your family, and you would hear the giggling of your siblings, Integrity, Idleberry. Give me an investigation check to see if you find your siblings or your mother.
That is a 16. 12
A
plus
16.
4.
Okay, in that case, you hear giggling, the childlike giggles of glee, and of just like having evaded someone, coming from somewhere around in this maze of tents and fabrics. It seems that your mother is at the clothing vendor that you had referenced previously, which, if I am not mistaken, was Ginger's New Clothes.
Yes.
And it's this wonderful little stall. Ginger, the proprietor, is seated in a very cozy looking rocking chair with a small bin of coins next to them, just rocking away, waiting for people to come over and make an offer on the many clothes that they have on display. You find your mother, and she is frantically searching every single clothes rack to find your young siblings who have seemed to have been hidden themselves away in one of these and are just being delighted at their mother's despair that she has lost her children.
I would
Classic
like to
kid move.
am I able to follow the voice of the laughing children?
Yes, positively you can.
Um,
There's a large rack of long jumpsuit looking things. They have very intricate patterns, each one more complicated than the last on them, and you can walk up to this large rack of clothes.
Perfect. I am
Integrity.
going to sneak up on them and I'm going to pinch their ears.
Oh my god.
Like not like painfully, but sort of like
Okay.
caught you kind of thing.
Yes, like a
And it's
crawfish might do.
Yeah, like honestly, this is very funny, but our mom is worried. What are you guys doing?
Integrity, but she's right there, your brother says, and then your sister goes, ah, as you pinch her ear.
No,
your
move your butts out of this rack and go back to mom.
And you usher them back over. A wave of relief crashes over your mother's face as she sees her 3 children now come back, and she goes, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I looked away for like 2 seconds. I was looking at robes, and she'll make a grimace at the 2 young children, and she'll at the twins, and she'll say, and these 2 ran off. Are you ready for dinner yet? Should we get going? Are your friends joining us?
Yes, they're currently looking for their parents, except for one of them. She's currently setting up her room, and we are going to have dinner at her place because it's very big, and
Delightful.
she is happy to host us. You know,
Okay.
Serenith. Yes.
The girl from this morning, right?
Yes, the girl from this morning. The tall, black
Mhm.
hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's her.
And she pauses and looks at you for a moment, Integrity, as she puts a couple of things back on the clothing racks. And she'll say, oh, I'll come back and look at these tomorrow, and let's go to Sereneth, your tall friend's room, for dinner then. And she will grab the hands of your 2 younger siblings as they started to like look like they were like wandering away a little bit. And the 4 of you proceed.
I don't like the way she was pausing.
Yeah, family
And
names are
Mira-
very recognizable.
And Mira Marchand.
Hello.
Marchand.
Marchand.
Yeah.
I'm giving myself the time and space to say it the way that Sarah originally told me it was said, but also adding in the enunciation of the D so that people know that there is a D at the end of the name.
Marchand.
Marchand. Duh. You find your parents perusing through the racks of a small stall. Mira, it's like just up like 5 tents down from Lemawand, etc., which Integrity and Winslow are not at currently. Apples, and Apples cider, incredible cider. They are open right now, Mira. As you walk by, you see a yellowish skinned tiefling kind of like smile and like wave with just their fingers at you as you walk by. Their tent is half collapsed still, and looks to be very burnt as you walk by, but who knows what happened there.
I do not smile back in honor of my friends and their entrepreneurship.
Okay, wonderful.
Stand in solidarity with Lemawand, etc.
But Mira, you see that your parents, your father specifically, is browsing through open like it's almost like, you know, at music stores, how they have those like bins for like vinyl that are raised up off of the ground so you don't have to like bend over and look at them,
Yeah.
and they're all just stacked in there like that. It seems to be like that, but it looks like a lot of manuscripts of a sort.
Ooh, interesting.
And the name of the stall is Goblins, with an exclamation mark and a question mark.
Goblins?
Goblins?
Goblins!
Goblins.
I wonder what they sell.
Manuscripts.
And let me turn to the page. Please hold. I'm too excited. I got ahead of myself, folks. Oh, here it is.
He's so happy.
Mira, as you walk up, you see your dad is like picking out a couple of these, and you hear him speaking with your mother and go, I've never seen anything like these before. It's just they're too well written to be some nobody. And he like kind of like says that part like under his breath, at looking over at like, you see a high elf vendor with his like feet up on a counter, like a hat pulled down over his eyes. He almost looks like he's napping at this point, but he seems to be the proprietor of Goblins. And your mother is like peeking over his shoulder and like taking a look at like what's written there, and that's when you walk up to them, and he's just like this is like way too witty for it to just be some amateur writing this stuff. Like
hi Mom, hi Dad.
Mira. Your mother and father will turn around and look happy. Your father looks happy to see you. Your mother looks to see you, and your father will go, "Oh, Mira, how was your meeting with the headmaster afterwards and your friends? Did it go well?"
It actually went really well. I'll tell you about it later. I kind of have some exciting news. What are you reading?
Your father found this, we found this literature stall of a sort. It seems to just be a lot of play manuscripts written by that sleeping man over there. And your father will hand you a large yellow papered manuscript, Mira. It looks to be old, almost like the paper's very fragile. And he'll say, now this, I skimmed through it. I didn't take the most time, but I think I might come back tomorrow and buy a couple of these just for the sake of having them at the library. It could be a fun attraction. My suspicion, Mira, is that he is some sort of famous author who's going by a pen name and just going under the radar, because these are far too high quality for it to just have been written by a nobody.
By a schmuck.
Well, that's kind of exciting. Or this is someone undiscovered, and the library is going to be the first place that can, like, discover it, and that'll make us, like, a huge deal.
Mira, you look down at what the manuscript your father has handed you, and the title of it reads,
Oh, God, okay.
An Original Story by Automato Apaste.
No, that's definitely someone's real name.
And the name of it, Goblin of Dogs.
What?
Well, I guess, yeah, but the library can be the first to discover a goblin.
I saw your facial expression. Don't let the title throw you off. It is very well written. It seems to be a story about a young goblin who gets shipwrecked on a trash island of dogs.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, that sounds pretty...
And there's this one over here that's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly Goblin. Which it's just, they're well written. I don't know how old this fellow is, but Automato Apaste.
Oh.
A very good author. I hope that we might discover them.
Yeah, this is interesting. I've never heard of this. I was just wanting to let you guys know that I think my friend Serenep is ready. We were all thinking of having dinner in her dorm, so you can kind of see, well, this isn't what my dorm is like, but it's what her dorm is like, so you can kind of get the sense of like the whole dorm situation. So we can probably head up there.
Your mother will say, now, is her dorm just all alone? She's the only person? Do you have a roommate, or are you just in your own room all alone?
No, I have a roommate. Her name is Alina Hollyfield. She's really, really great. Serenep is on her own because her dorms cost extra because she has a noble lineage, but don't bring it up at dinner because she kind of wants to keep it a private thing at the moment, but her dorm is bigger. But I have a roommate at mine. She's really great. She loves to bake. She's cool. You'll probably meet her too, maybe.
Would it be a family that we know?
Well,
what's
they're in Dry Falls, so I mean, I think you guys have visited Dry Falls a few times. I think they're running something called Sugar Hearts, or
not your roommate. Your friend whose room we're going to eat at.
Oh, yeah. So again, maybe not the best thing to bring up because she's trying to be private about it.
Yes.
But she's a Cinderman.
Your mom looks at your dad, whom she hopes might know a bit more.
It's human stuff. She's human. It's human stuff. Yeah. And then there's my friend Integrity, and then there's my friend Winsler. They're all really great, and I hope that you'll like to meet them in a moment.
Yes, they seem to be having a lot of fun playing chess when we left your headmaster's room. So yeah, I hope that it can be
really educational.
Very educational. Let's go meet them, though.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet them and talk with them a little bit about their experiences here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the three of you, your father reluctantly leaves a couple of these manuscripts. He probably has 8 of them. He just puts them back.
Are there any other good titles?
There's Honey Goblins Shrank the Kids.
This dang goblin keeps shrinking our kids.
Yep. That one seems to just be about goblins who are shrinking kids to feed them to ants.
Oh,
Oh
cool.
my.
It's
Okay.
Cool.
it's a horrific one.
What
That's
about
a
the
little
goblin
dark.
story?
The goblin story. There's Goblin Bird. Anyways.
Goblin
Kill a
Den.
goblin bird.
There's
Kill
one
a
called
goblin
Goblin
bird.
Lake where someone's
Oh,
cursed to
I
turn.
want to pick up a copy of Goblin Bird. I feel like that's gonna be
Yeah, a good
Relatable to me.
mother-daughter story.
even if it is about a goblin.
Anyways.
Princess
So
and the Goblin.
The three of you leave that stall and make your way towards Serenep's dormitory, as do the Idleberries, as do the Wallabies. Serenep Cinnamon.
Like the room gets cleaned up. I think also when she notices the blood, she's going to get changed into more like regular
Yes.
clothes,
Oh, from
clean off
Angelica,
like
yes.
the
Oh yeah.
because like even like the makeup is like very like high class, like kind of like a staple of like what she has had to wear as a Cinderman. Like she kind of cleans that all off.
Yes.
She's like clean faced. Like
She gets to be Serenep tonight.
I think she's gonna go by a different name tonight, but like yeah,
Sarah
sure.
Cinder who?
My name.
Well, I mean, she doesn't know
is
that you've already said the full
Nichols.
name. She's gonna go probably by Sari instead.
Hell yeah.
Just kind of like
good name.
different person right now.
Howdy, partners!
Howdy,
News for
howdy.
you!
Yeehaw!
Welcome on into the mid-roll.
I just
I am
lassoed
so
up a
friggin'
new
excited.
question. For this year.
Whoa.
Wow, that
this?
looks like a big old question.
Oh, this is a fair winning question that I got right here.
Aye.
But I need to compare it to some other questions to just make sure.
How are you
I
gonna
got
do
plenty
that?
of questions
October
back on my
17th.
farm.
But we don't have any more
Yeah,
questions. How are you gonna compare it?
Dang, if only we had a group
Oh,
of
fuck.
wonderful listeners who listened to our wonderful podcast and wanted to ask us some wonderful questions that we could answer at some
The
point.
hell's a
Oh, gosh
podcast?
darn.
I don't know. The devil speaks within me.
Do you think
You've been
people on
courting with the
farms
devil?
Don't know what
We're old
podcasts
tiny
are.
cowboys. We're from the 1800s.
We're in the Wild Wild West. I don't have a dang iPod.
It's the old times.
I thought it was just a modern radio.
But if I did have,
Heck
we're in
this,
the
I'm going to
saloon.
the saloon to drown my sorrows in
if I
sarsaparilla.
did, if
Oh,
I
no.
did have an iPod or the internet, I would go to Instagram and Twitter at Trials and Trebs and submit a question, or go to the Discord server that's in it. There's a link to the episode in the description, or I would even become a patron at patreon.com/Trials and Trebs and submit my ding dong question over there.
That sounds mighty
What
fine.
the hell's he on about?
Great plan, but when are you gonna get it done?
He's speaking
by?
into the mirrors again.
Oh, I'd say by about October 17th, 2021. I know
That's
that's
hundreds of
years
years from now.
away. That's
That's like
hundreds
a
of
couple
years.
centuries away.
You are gonna
I'll
have
be
so many
dead
fucking
by
letters.
That's so many Sundays
Get her
from
in.
now!
Get her in now while they're still
Effie.
fresh.
Yeah.
Else they ain't gonna get done.
Please, I'm crazy about answering questions.
As all cowboys are known to say, send in your questions.
They're always saying that.
Aye.
Always.
Now it's time to ride off into the sunset.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Oh shit! I fell off my horse.
We now return you to
I'm
your
riding on
regularly
my
scheduled
rabbit.
episode. Bye, folks.
Bye,
Bye.
folks. So, you and your families all arrive at the hallway on the noble dormitory's hallway. You pass a door with a single Lindman on it. The other one was removed, and you pass another door that has the Maisel nameplate. There are others, of course, but none that you would know. And arrive at a nameplate
She put tape over it.
bolted onto the wall with tape on it, so as if to just like, oh, this is under construction. And we have a moment where all of you are here and all of your parents are here as well.
Serenep Cinnamon.
Sarah,
No, she just she just covered it up. She doesn't have any tools to like take it off of the door to hide it, so she just kind of like
just
It must be broken.
tape down on there.
put fabric across it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see the Wallabies, Winsler, this young gnome, and his two dwarven country parents arrive in style. Mr. Wallaby, Pa, is not, in fact, wearing any shoes. He has a rolled up pair of overalls, no shirt on underneath, and like a rolled up straw hat on. Winsler's mother is a bit more refined in that she's wearing like
That quilted dress.
no, she's wearing something else. Please hold. What the hell are they called?
Hold.
Corduroys. And like a buttoned up
Aw.
brushed flannel shirt of a sort. She is wearing shoes, however, and looks much more put together than your father. Integrity and the Idleberries show up. Integrity's mother looking a bit frazzled with and holding these two young children who it's getting quite late for your young siblings. Integrity, their energy is like far too high for this hour of the night, and they seem to be feeding off of the being in a new place and terrorizing your mother a little bit.
And also
which
being
poor
around
woman.
adults.
Being around adults, yes. Like all the new stuff. And then finally, Mira Marchand and your parents, the Marchands, arrive. They are dressed as previously stated in the last episode by you, Sarah/Mira. And we all convene for a moment in this hallway.
Welcome, parents. Nice to meet you all. Hello, this is my mother, Amaret Idleberry, and my two siblings, Ernest and Honora.
These are a lot of names you're throwing out there, Integrity.
Whoa! Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. And Paul stick his chunky, meaty, sausagey finger hands out for your mom to shake. Integrity. She will, like, very taken aback, shake his hand. He'll go, name's I'm Mr. Wallaby. You can call me Pa if you want. And your mom will start to say, but do you have an actual first name? And you go, no, you call me Pa.
Yeah, this is my mom, Pa. We just call him Pa. So
Ma will say, "Oh, you can call me Teresa if you'd like, if it's more comfortable for you." To which Integrity, your mother, who's still shaking hands with Pa, goes, "Oh, it's nice to meet you, Teresa, and it's nice to meet you, Pa." And then Pa will relinquish the hand, and like he won't have to squat down very much, but he does a little bit to be face to face with Honora and Ernest.
oh
And
dear,
go,
don't scare the children,
and
please.
he'll be like wipe his beard a little bit, wipe the sleep out of his beard, and I'll go,
What?
now, two of you, it's my grand pleasure to meet the two of you young fine folks. I myself am Pa. You may call me Pa. It is very nice to meet you. I hope that we can enjoy ourselves this evening at dinner and have a grand old time.
And these are my parents as well. It's really, really nice to meet everybody. And by the way, this is Winsler and this is Integrity.
Howdy.
Hello, everyone. Your mother says. My name is Emma Marchand. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. And this is my husband. And Mira, your father, will stand up straight and like brush off a little bit of dust from his chest from where he was looking at those manuscripts and go, and my name is Iverin Marchand. It's a pleasure to meet you all. They'll shake hands very, very politely with Integrity's mother before Pa throws a hand in there and starts shaking wildly. It almost like you can see it like your father's like bent over a little bit to reach down, and like the force of the handshake is vigorous. And
Like
he
my arms
introduces
are
himself in
falling
the same
off,
manner.
kind of like.
Yes, like your arm falling off. The man obviously only handshakes for like verbal agreements and bets and the such, never to like meet people and be formal. But that's the charm of it all. Yes, and so. I presume, Serenep, you would hear this commotion going on outside your door and open the door and welcome everyone in.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
Woo, dinner time.
hey, yeah, everyone can come on inside.
And all eyes turn to you, Serenep, as people are handshaking and greeting. There's two small children that are just like rocking back and forth, just like, ugh. You hear
adults.
You hear tummy grumbling. You hear people just like socializing, and the whole crowd piles in. People take their shoes off, leaving them at the shoe rack. For those of the people who do have shoes, other people just wipe their feet full ass on the ground, as if that will
They wipe
make
their
it
full
less...
ass on the ground?
Wow.
Oh my god.
They wipe their dirty feet on the mat when they walk in. And everyone can arrange themselves to be seated around. Is everyone just sitting with their parents, or are you making intentional efforts to let the parents sit next to each other? Or something?
Sitting with parents.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. So Serenup, Yogg already arrived probably 10 minutes ago and has been helping you set everything up. Presumably everything is just set on the table, like big family dinner style.
Oh
so
yeah,
that
like
it's all
each
there.
like little spot has like here's the appetizer, here's like the soup, here's like the dessert. Like everything's kind of organized so that they don't have to get up to get anything. Like there's no space to put the extra
Yeah.
food anyway. So like
Yeah.
everyone has like a placemat, and I guess afterwards she kind of like went to Yogg and was like, if you want to like sit down and like hang out by the fire, if you want to like find somewhere that you're comfortable to kind of sit down and hang out with us, like
Yogg will say, I will sit and watch everything unfold. Thank you. And will sit in a chair
Unfold
in the
what?
corner of the room,
Aww.
very happily watching everything.
Aww.
You all sit and mingle. Your parents talk. Paul Wallaby, likely the loudest of everyone, telling everyone about his farm, about all the events. This is vacation. Oh, this is vacation. I'll wear a pair of shoes. That type of thing. The quiet conversation about like, oh, what do you do for work? Occurs between Mira's parents and Integrity's. And I think the two of you very quickly realize how give me insight checks actually from Integrity and Mira, please.
Absolutely.
Insight?
Yes.
Okay, 13 plus some number, which is being blocked by my notebook. And
17.
is...
14
What's my
plus
insight?
3.
Oh, plus 3. 16.
Okay. In that case, you two. There's a pleasant conversation going on between Amaret Idleberry and Emma and Everin. Just what do you do for work? I co-run a shoe store with Integrity's father, my husband Desmond, and it's us, and then our oldest son Rustin is recently joined as an apprentice for the actual shoemaking operation. Integrity helped out before she came off to school, and then I kind of split time between doing that and raising Ernest and Honora and the like. What about the two of you? And I get to just act against myself. What a joy.
What a joy.
Emma will say, I myself am a seamstress in Latin, and my husband, Iverin, and your father, Mira, will continue and say, I am the head librarian for... What is the name of the library? Was there a name of the library?
Probably just the Luton Library. I always thought it was Luton, so I learned something today.
Oh, is it Luton?
I don't know. You
Luton.
made the town up.
Is it gluten free?
I always pronounce it Lutton.
you told me there were no
Luton makes more
dietary
sense.
requirements.
Luton makes more sense because that's fun for string instrument reason.
London Library of Books and whatever.
I
That's the
myself
name.
am the head librarian at the Luton Library of History and Delight. The second part isn't actually the real name of it, but it makes it more appealing for other people joining.
Wow. What kind of stuff do you have in the library?
Oh, we have Well, mostly history. Quite a bit of history. Very interesting. Just tales, grimoires. Like not so many magical things. So I don't know how interesting it would be for you. When Mira was young, because she was so interested in adventure novels and the like, we definitely got more of those in. I special ordered them just so that she could have some things. Try to get that interest in library science into her early.
There's a lot of Diane Danger in there now.
Aw.
We have nearly the entire collection. Just two of the more rare. I think there's only 3 ever produced. The last 2 novels, apparently large dumpster fires of books. But I'm just I need to fill the collection. You know how it is. And plus, I'm sure you, Mira, and he'll touch you on the shoulder. You'd love to read them, right? I mean, harken back to those childhood days when you used to read those books, right?
Yeah, when I used to read them, that's for sure.
And the mind drifts to your shelf of Diane Danger in your dorm room.
Yeah.
One probably falls to the ground.
Yeah.
Here
It's like it sneezes because it was mentioned.
And the insight checks, though, you see your respective parents begin to just very quickly hit it off for the reason of being the parents of daughters born about less than a day's journey apart, like same part of the world, on the same day, in the same year, being friends, being in this similar position of, oh, we're working parents and all of our children are growing up and all of this stuff. And oh, our daughters are so similar, all that
We
kind
sell
of stuff.
clothing.
And that's you just see the idol, like Amoret and the Marchands hitting it off quite a bit, which is likely a nice thing to be seeing.
It's relieving for me.
I'm glad. The food itself is quite delicious as you eat. Serenup, the slime, the ooze, your good old friend, seems to have done a wonderful job in preparing everything. Anyone who is paying attention to anything would notice two young sets of eyes completely and utterly trained on a huge, deep dish of beautiful looking apple pie.
Ooh.
And Integrity, your younger sister, will kind of like nudge you quietly and try to catch your attention from the adult conversation going on.
What do you want?
I don't want to eat dinner because it'll make me too full, and I already ate lots of bread today. And then your younger brother butts in and goes, she ate like 8 loaves of bread. And then your sister continues and will say, do you think Mom would get mad if I just ate the pie and you could eat my dinner?
That's so many carbs.
Well, we can't have the dessert if everyone else is not having the dessert yet.
But
Do you
couldn't
think
you,
that
like-
I also want it? But I can't.
No, but can't you just speed eat my food too? And so it'll look like I finished already and I can just have dessert early? And she looks at you and bats her big, like, puppy dog eyes at you, Integrity.
I'm going to be like, okay, like slowly bring your plate down a little bit, and I'll bring my plate down,
She
like
pulls
under
her
her
plate
laps,
and it goes
and
a bit
put
on the
your
table.
food on mine.
It like scrapes a bit on the table, and a couple people look over. Like I think Mira, your father, and Winsler, your parents, both look over. Yogg also probably notices, and she like pulls this under the table and starts like scooping things off onto immediately everything off onto your plate, Integrity, and then we'll put her empty plate now,
No.
an
And
empty
then
bowl up.
Before she does that, I'm going to like put one like back. So I feel like
Yeah.
people will see us struggling between like moving food back and forth.
Okay, you're like trying to give each other stew, but like you're like, oh, take some of these radishes, and like push them back into her bowl.
At least try to eat a little bit.
Make stealth check, please.
Uh-oh. So anyway, I was like, well, bam! And then they were all like,
Oh, that story
well-
never gets old.
That's so amazing.
Too bad. I got 14 plus 9.
Okay.
Oh,
it happened.
okay.
Winsler's like, and then I went, wha-bam! And it just like completely covers up all the scraping noises.
and then
Everyone,
and then we won the match.
Integrity, your mother will say, oh, that was a bit underwhelming. Well, it was very impressive. I don't know that much about magic, but I will say I expected it, just based on the other duels that had been happening. I kind of expected it to be a bit more substantial. That's
We're very
not-
good at non-violently resolving conflict.
That's
Definitely. I still think there should be a leaderboard for fastest tournament, and we should have our names up there.
Integrity's
Yeah,
mother
maybe the
starts-
future rounds will be a little bit more interesting.
Integrity's mother looks at you, Vera, and starts to say, that sounds nice, but cuts off in the middle of sounds and like squints a little bit.
I'm
And
going
then
to like
leans
look at my
back.
mom and like shake my head like really fast.
I'm
Like-
sure make a persuasion check, Integrity.
Oh dear, this is not gonna be good. This will not end well.
16 plus 5.
Okay. Amoret leans back and goes, well, I'm sure you are based on what you've shown today. Mira, your mother looks at you and goes, Well, what conflicts are you avoiding, or what conflicts are you getting into and solving by chance?
Oh,
Jumping puzzles.
duels
Mhm.
and tests are sometimes
going
very
to other
creative. I had to
planes.
make a plant happy for one of
Wow.
my exams. It was still very academically rigorous. I used lots of cool spells to do it, but just things like that. Serenep has really cool magic where she changes the type of a spell to a different type of spell. Things like that.
Paul Wallaby, when you say I made a plant happy, you'll go, oh, you can do that. There's magic to do that.
Oh, absolutely. I think there's even magic that lets you talk to plants.
He looks at you, Winsler, eyes the size of dinner plates, and goes, "Can you do that? You're smart, right? Can you learn that?
I
you
could
teach him?
I could probably learn that.
Can you teach him?" And he'll look expectantly at you, Mira, and say, "Can you teach my son how to talk with plants? I think it'll come in invaluable on the farm because we got the cows, then we got all the grass amidst the mud that they gotta chew on. So I think a happy grass makes a happy cow,
Right.
and a happy cow makes a happy me, a happy pa, a happy ma, and a happy Winsler. You can teach him, right? It's not that hard."
Well, I don't know this spell myself, but, and I kind of look at my own parents when I say this, we have an absolutely state-of-the-art library here at Wildcliff with spell scrolls for all kinds of magic, and I'm sure there's something in there about talking to plants. It's really wonderful and comprehensive.
Yeah, we do. Right. Mm-hmm.
We go there all the time.
Yeah. They even
Yeah.
allowed us access to certain sections to do really, really rigorous research for our group because we are learning stuff about Isithil. That's the thing that we were doing. It's like a project that the first years are doing, and they allow us to have access to these really good books that we've learned a lot from.
A lot of stuff in the library has really helped our mentor get out of lots of rocky situations.
Emma will say, or she was going to interrupt when Integrity was talking about all of our project, the first year project, and then Winslow talks about a mentor, and she'll go, oh, would it be okay, because Mira, your mentor had written us about your injury, would it be okay to meet with him at a certain point? I had assumed we had written a letter to try to arrange a meeting with him, but never got a response.
Oh, Mr. Artesian is an absolutely wonderful mentor. The reason you haven't met him already is because he isn't on campus right now because he has a really bad stomach bug that has made him have to stay at home because I think he ate something bad at his house. There's a really cool, there's all these teleportation circles, so faculty can still stay at their homes.
We could go,
and I think
yes, but we could go visit him, couldn't we? Because we had to fill out paperwork to get our front door attached, and there's certain hours in the day that we're allowed to come through and arrive, and so couldn't we go visit your mentor?
I think he's also a very busy person. He typically doesn't like it when we interrupt him during his work. we tend to kind of bug him a lot when he's in the middle of something, and he doesn't really like it that much. So he tends to like to stay by himself unless he has reason to find us.
Yeah, it seems like he doesn't really like me visiting. I don't know why. Like, he always looks so disparaged when I come. I don't know. Like, every time I open the door, that problem does not arise when the door's already open.
Integrity, that's because you don't just open the door. I think he tied it to the wall at one point and you still found a way to slam the door open.
Oh, yeah. I don't know my own strength.
Your mother nods.
You're very strong.
Sagely. Your mother nods sagely, Integrity, and says, yes, we had to take her door off when she was going through that phase of door slamming every single time we had a talk when she was younger.
Oh.
It was replaced with some sliding things that didn't slam quite so loudly. That was when the twins were just small still. So every single time it was like, slam! And then the kids would wake up crying, and it was a trying period, but we've gone through that. And now my young girl's an adult.
I'm going to like
grown
put
up.
my arms around my mom, and I'm going to like rest my head on her shoulder and give her a tight squeeze.
Oh.
Cute. Mira, your mother says continuing on her line of inquiry. So if we can't go visit him, would it be okay if the next time you saw him, just all of Autumn's End, do you think we won't be able to get a chance to speak with him?
It would be really, really nice if we did get a chance. I think probably around maybe the end of the festival, hopefully he will be in a better state by then. I certainly hope so. I'm sure he'll be fine. And I would really love to actually have you meet each other. So I think that would be really great. I would love that too.
I would prefer that. But failing it, if you could just let him know that we would like to speak with him in some way, shape, or form. I personally would really appreciate that. Or any of the rest of you, if you happen to see him around, just let him know that Mira's parents want to reply to their letter that they sent 3 weeks ago.
Can you
Yeah,
speak to rocks?
Is this the time? Like maybe as a last resort, we go back to tiny artesian.
I will let him know, and maybe we can you guys can arrange a meeting, before I'm home for a week and all of that. I'll let him know as soon as I possibly can.
Okay. And Mira, your father will kind of like, Mira, is it possible that we could, I know you're busy and you have your things and your life here going on, and I know we're supposed to be seeing all that. Do you think it's possible that your mother and I could go, just the two of us, on a tour of that library you were mentioning that's on campus?
Absolutely. I am absolutely sure that can be possible. All kinds of parts of the campus are open, and you would really love it. It's a really great library. There's a really cool archive. Yeah, that should be, that's fine. That's not a problem.
What, you trailed off there. What is there a problem?
No, there's not a
open right
problem.
now?
It should be open. I was just wondering if the archivist would be there. I think she should be. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's totally doable, and I
we
think
can
that
just
you would
do that
absolutely love it.
Yes, we can do that on our own time so that you have a bit
There's so many dangers everywhere.
personal
that I'm
space.
forgetting about.
And Amarette, if you'd like to join Emma and I, or Pa and Ma, if you'd like to join Emma and I, we could make it a parents kind of trip and just get out of our kids' hair for a moment.
Yeah, I can take care of the kids.
Make a persuasion check.
16. 11 plus
Okay.
5.
Your mom looks at the two kids, your sister chowing down on a little slice of apple pie, and she will say, well, if you can take care of them for the day, I'd appreciate that. Also, Honora, and like reaches over and like slides the apple pie away from her and goes, we're not eating dessert yet, young lady. But if you want to look after them for tomorrow, they should be fine. We shouldn't take that long, should we? Just until sometime in the early afternoon, because I trust you, Integrity. And I don't know. I've just never been away from them for an extended period of time. So I hope you, I believe in you. We can. And then your mother looks like to be spiraling for a second, Integrity. Just like incredibly worried. And then like the like nodding of Iverin and Emma like consoles her a slight amount. Integrity and Mira, it very much looks like your parents have made fast friends with one another. Which I think is always a nice thing to see. Along those lines, Winslow Wallaby, you seated by your parents and by Sereneph. Sereneph, side note, I'd imagined you're kind of like trying to avoid the eye line of Integrity's mother, or is that out of character?
I think because like she's not like her hair is a completely different color from her parents.
That's
like
true. It's
she's
like
not wearing the
green.
makeup right now. Like she's dressed very casually. She's hoping that will be like as a passing like shaking hand, like hi, like welcome to my room. Come, please have a seat. The tea is ready. Will be enough of a. I have seen this person's face. I have not registered everything about the face
enough that
But I think like after that initial like hi, like eye contact with like each of the parents, like proper hostess kind of thing.
Yep.
She's kind of like now relaxed in her chair, like kind of like listening to Winslow's Wabam story.
And like such a good story.
And like
such a good story.
Just kind of like laughing and kind of like enjoy, because like she knows Winslow's parents really well at this point, that she's kind of like hanging out with them right now while everyone else is like warming up to each other.
Okay. In that case, you might see Winsler, you're seated between your two parents and like wha-bam and telling the story, and in between moments where the conversation lulls and like Mira and Integrity's parents are talking and like Serenepth and your mother are talking, Winsler, you see Pa like leaning over to a young tiefling boy seated next to him on the bench, telling him just grand tales of cows, and he goes, now 2 years ago I sold a cow. Buttery was her name. And we brought her to the Bridgefort. You've seen the Bridgefort, right? And Ernest like shakes his head like eyes like plates, and he goes, "No, what is that? Is that just a bunch of bridges that make a castle?" And your father goes, "No, it's much better than that. But I brought Buttery to Bridgefort, sold her. Unfortunate, great cow. Had her for a decent amount of time. She was good. Not the best cow. Didn't give the best, so I sold her. And you know what I got?" And he goes, "No, what did you get?" And he goes, "Bought myself a set of beans." Yeah. Now they just turned out to be regular beans that year, and then this year and last year and every year. But young man, if you ever meet a bean farmer and they have a strange name that starts with F or G, you gotta buy yourself a set of beans, no matter what the cost. You hear me? And Ernest like nods his head vigorously and goes, yeah, F and G, always buy the beans, always go in on beans. And then Winsler, your dad, like,
if it ends with F or it ends with G, you always gotta buy the beans.
Winsler, your dad like
F&G
looks
just
over
like
at you and like winks a little bit, like as if he knows he's like really hyping the beans up to this young man, and will lean back over and go, you remind me of my boy when he was a little bit younger, a bit more impressionable, of course, but I think you'd make a great farmhand when you grow up. Young strapping lad, come out, wrangle some cows, not wrangle them, but just let them graze on the grass, and pack some hay in the barn.
Oh my god.
What? And we'll like slap Ernest on the back. He looks enamored. He looks over at Nora and goes, "I'd be a good farmhand, and all you do is eat bread all day."
Jesus.
I love him.
Yeah. So the conversation continues a little while. Is there anything the rest of you wanted to directly address parents or like try to prompt as a conversation? I know, Mira, you were trying to like, "Oh, these are stories of how wonderful and safe it is here at Wildcliff, School of the Arcane." Is there anything everyone else is doing generally?
I would like to tell my parents about the opportunity that Crow presented to go on winter vacation and stuff.
Are you gonna tell the whole table or just privately to your
I'll
parents?
tell privately because it feels more like a private personal matter.
Okay.
For me,
How does
at
that
least.
go?
Basically, Pa,
Mm-hmm.
I got something
And they
important
both-
to tell you. So I had a meeting with Headmaster Crow along with
Yeah.
all the rest of my friends.
Yeah. He's that flashy guy, right?
Yeah, he's the flashy guy.
I'll tell you this, Winsler. He runs that company, Crow Mercantile, right?
Yeah, he does.
We replaced our wagon wheels with Crow Mercantile brand this past summer. They're good quality, good bargain too. They were about half the price of the other best wagon wheels I could find.
Going even that far.
Yeah, they're good quality. Got a big crow on the side, which I'm not quite a fan of.
Yeah, the branding's a bit
scary,
loud.
but it's a good quality wagon wheel. So what more do you want? Anyways, you had a meeting with him. What's going on?
So he offered me and a few of my friends an opportunity.
Mhm.
So sometime during the winter break, he invited me and my friends to go on a 2-week venture over to the town where the headquarters of the corporation is. It's
Okay.
in Troil.
I ain't ever heard of that.
It's somewhere in the far north.
Ain't
in,
that
like,
the thing that they do when someone's gonna get arrested? Give them a trial?
No, that's no. I think what you're thinking of is a trial.
Oh,
The town name is Troil.
okay. I ain't ever heard of it then.
So
But you're gonna be
It's-
there for most of winter break?
we're probably gonna be there for most of the winter break. It's gonna be 2 weeks, and it's gonna be up in the far north. I figured
Mm-hmm.
the other week I have off, I'll come back to the farm and
Okay.
visit along.
Yeah.
I'll bring my friend Yog along.
And your dad looks over at Yog in the corner and goes, that'd be mighty helpful. But if you're only going to be there for a week, I don't know if we're going to be able to let go of our farmhand, Winsler. Kind of counted on you coming back for the whole time. And then he turns over to Ernest and like pokes him in the shoulder and goes, "Hey, how about you? How do you actually feel about full-time farmhand work?" And like laughs a little bit before like turning back to you, Winsler.
I mean, if you really need a farmhand and you want to let go of that other one, you know,
I mean, he costs a lot of money. We don't got to pay you yet.
No, but
family.
If you need some extra help, I was thinking if I bring Yogg along, they could stay with you for the remainder and help you out.
Your mother goes, we would never impose on a friend of yours, Winsler, to say, oh, come work for free. We can't do that to someone who ain't our boy.
Well, I'm sure they don't mind. They'll be happy to help.
Yogg goes, I would appreciate it.
I feel like they could really use the experience too, because they're gonna become a student at Wildcliff as well.
Make a persuasion check, Winston.
Ah, fuck. Fuck. I hate
your parents. Your parents.
We can't exploit your labor. We can't exploit your friend's labor for
7!
free. We can only do that to you.
Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, "Listen, you and your friend can come and visit. Your friend can stay with us for the winter if you want. I don't feel comfortable putting them to work though, not for no pay, and I can only hire one farmhand at a time, Winsler. So I'll just keep the one we have. It'll be a bit slim pickings in terms of the coin going into next year, but we'll manage. All
right. Well, how about this?
Mm-hmm.
So this little venture we're getting, we're gonna be getting some money for it.
Okay.
We're gonna be getting about 600 gold.
600 gold?
So I'm thinking
2 weeks? You're not doing something. And he'll turn and look, and like Mira, your parents and the Idleberries are like chatting away about like, oh, and this is what my oldists are like, oh, right, and just talking. And Winsler, your dad, leans in and goes, "You're not doing something illegal."
No. It's nothing illegal.
You're
nothing
sure
legal.
about that?
You're
not going poaching?
What?
You're not going poaching or like going out in a boat to get crabs or something?
We're not doing any of the sort. It's all Crow mercantile business that they're doing up there. But listen, I'm thinking they're giving us a 600 gold, and I figured for second year they're probably gonna ask for tuition again. The 500 from that will cover my entire tuition. I figured the rest of it, the 100, I figured you and Ma could have.
Well, that's your money. If you want to spend it that way, it's your decision. But it's your money, my boy. And if you want to buy something for you, that's it's your money and you earned it. And he looks very happy for you, Winsler.
Part of why I wanted to come to Wildcliff in the first place was to get myself an education, and I wanted to use that knowledge to help out the farm and you guys. So that's what I want to do. I want to give the rest of the money after I paid tuition to cover for you, cover for y'all. I want to make sure you're doing okay, and this is one of the best ways that I can do it. This is the first opportunity that I've been presented with that I can do that. So please, can you do that for me? Can you accept it?
Your father, Winsler, Pa looks at Ma, and Ma nods very quickly, and Pa will look down at you and like grab you like by the side, like but the way that when you're sitting on a bench, you grab the person next to you and like shake him a little bit, and he'll go, "Yeah, we'll take the money from you. I know better than to look a gift horse in the mouth. Gift cow.
I remember the last time you did that. It didn't end well.
Yep. Lost 300 gold pieces. It was not a good winter. But if you want to help us out, not paying tuition and then even giving us extra money would more than make it through the year. Oh my gosh, Winsler. All right. Sounds good to me."
Thank you.
He'll look at you. Your father and mother look at you proudly, Winsler.
Yay, I want to hug them both.
They hug you.
Aww.
Y'all hug. Integrity and Serenepth and Mira, you see Wallably family affection occurring at one end of the table. Is there anything the rest of you are doing during this time?
I think, because like obviously like she doesn't want to draw too much attention to herself with Integrity's mom being there. Just because it's like I said before, like want them to get to know me before they get to know me. So I think what she's kind of doing is she's just trying to like very much play as best a hostess as she can. She offers music, like she has like I think she has like a maybe like a record player or something like that with some music, and she picks like just kind of like instrumental stuff. Like, do you guys like want to listen to music? Like just something to play in the background. Like she tries to like she like whenever like someone like runs out of tea, she kind of goes over and brings over the tea and like does anyone want any more? Like she's very much just trying to like
good host.
Like even though she's not like interacting directly with everybody, she's very much trying to be like, this is how I am as a person, and like very much trying to like put a good first impression in the forefront of like the parents that she has not met yet.
Absolutely. I think that you do such a thing. I think that it's very easy to make a good first impression when people, you're serving people food. Integrity's mother warms up very much as you feed her more and give her more tea and beverages. She seems to mightily enjoy it, as well as the two children, as well as Mira's parents. They don't eat that much. Like the Idleberries, by far and away, are consuming the most volume of food at this table, just packing it away. But it's all appreciated, I think, all around. Serenep, your efforts are not futile, and people are warm towards you. Integrity and Mira, anything on your end?
I would like to perform some entertainment for.
Oh no!
You're not juggling in my room again.
Oh no!
I am going to first and foremost cast dancing lights around me. Like I'm gonna preface this as like this.
Yes.
Well, now that before we have our dessert, so
a wine,
delicious
comes from your younger
appetizer, delicious main meal. I would like to
Good soup.
have you partake in an entertainment from me. So I want to show you that we learned a lot. Well, apart from us, like going to be fighting again later in the week, and show you what we have learned in terms of combat and all that. I want to show you what I learned in terms of entertainment and fun, because it's not just all about the school, it's also about the relationships and the how we relate to other people. And I know that the magic that I'm about to show you is not about relating to other people, but entertainment is very important as well. So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to cast dancing lights around me so that there's like pretty lights, so like different colors all around me.
While you stand up, I think Mira's father, Ivrin, goes, what a wonderful what a wonderful prelude to a wonderful entertainment.
And I'm going to then cast thaumaturgy.
Okay.
Just to like make like a booming sound, sort of like a presentation of like and then I am going to take out my short sword.
Okay.
Oh no.
Everyone sits up a little bit in alert.
Serenep is giving you a look like I thought
this was not what no blades.
I feel like we've had this conversation before, Integrity.
So you pull out your short sword, Integrity.
But it just looks like a short sword. It's actually a short sword that I got from Professor
Nalder.
Professor Nalder.
Yep.
And I'm going to
In
do
your
not
street
try
magic
this at
club.
home.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to put it inside my mouth.
Oh my god. Oh my god, why?
Oh dear Lord.
Integrity, no.
And then as I pull out, it's going to like turn again into a sword. But at the end of the sword comes out a bunch of flowers, right?
Okay.
And then after the flowers, a bunch of handkerchiefs are going to also come out.
God.
Okay.
It's basically like a combination of different magic tricks.
Oh my God.
Are you done?
Incredible.
Or is there
And
more?
now I would like you to close all of your eyes.
Everyone closes
Okay.
their eyes. Actually, make a performance check with that one first, please. before the performance continues.
Oh dear.
That is an 8.
Okay.
Oh God.
Wait, 7, 8,
Integrity-
9. It's a 9.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't change anything. You all see this sword illusory. The blade disappears as Integrity mimics like a sword swallower. Like you can see the illusory blade disappearing, and then like as she pulls it like a foot away from her face, it's just the hilt of a sword, and then all of a sudden flowers pop out of it, and she's like, "Whoa!" and trying to make it look
How
good.
did she do it?
It's like
Wow.
quite evident Integrity went to one street magic club meeting, just got the fun, cool prank illusion sword, and then never went to another one ever again back at the start of the year. Integrity, though, you tell everyone to close their eyes. The parents hesitantly do. Your mom looks worried for you and closes her eyes.
And I'm going to use my mage hand to sort of like set up the plates in front of them and start putting up the dessert. So like
Okay.
the whole like apple pie with ice cream, with caramel drizzle, with just like set everything up.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to snap my fingers.
Okay.
And I'm going to be like, ta-da! Open your eyes.
And everyone opens their eyes to a wonderful full serving of apple pie. Your younger sister's eyes light up and she just immediately reaches for it. There's polite claps. From Mom and Pa, there's big claps. From your mom, there's polite claps. And from Mira's parents, there's polite, hesitant claps. Your mom leans over to you, Mira, and goes, is she in musical applications of a music as well as you? Like, is this, can you do that?
No, I mean,
that
I
what you
can, I
do
can
for
probably
school?
do that, but this isn't really my discipline.
Are you gonna do a performance?
I wasn't really planning on it.
You should do one.
Okay.
Play some music, play something.
I
Okay.
hate it when parents do that.
We're suddenly having a talent show in the room for the parents.
Yeah, I really hate it.
Well, I do it through
Ben.
my own like volition. I'm not
Yeah.
told by my mother to perform.
Yeah, but now that
so-
you've done it, everyone else is like, oh, well, why don't you perform? It's like,
Mira. Everyone else digs into some apple pie. What would you like to do?
I'm like, well, while everyone enjoys their dinner, I would like to show everybody a song that I wrote and also show off how great my arm is at playing on my lyre. It's very good and cool. And
That's a bit of a rough note on the parent department with that one.
My
Little bit.
good new arm. It's even better at music than my old stinky arm.
now I'm really pigeonholed into doing one thing. I think as a performer, I think Mira probably has like a few songs just in the can that
Ready
she can
to
always
go.
kind of
Yeah.
pull out. So I think it's kind of like a kind of half magic, half music storytelling number. I think this one is probably going to be like one of those show openers. You know, like, and I don't mean this in a way that is derisive
Oh,
toward
I'm
Mira's
so
music.
excited.
Just in the way that it's like it doesn't really say that much, but it kind of gets you excited and in a good mood. Y'all ever heard Imagine Dragons make anything?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are they ever talking about? But like, you know, it's got a
Really
nice
gets you
beat and it
going.
kind of
Yeah.
like
one of them was about a stuffed
gets
toy
you-
fighting ring. I don't know.
exactly. I think it's kind of like that, and I think she probably uses like fairy fire at what point to kind of like light up the things around the room. I think she's just doing that musical storytelling thing that she
Yeah.
usually does. Just a not too difficult one that wouldn't take too much preparation, I think.
Give me a performance check, please, Mira.
Yeah. I don't get to roll many of these.
I know, you're so good at them, though.
That's a 7 plus 10 to make a 17.
Oh my
okay.
gosh, he definitely one-upped me there.
You're good
Yeah,
at them.
really.
You perform this, Mira. Like everyone is taken to the point that even the young Honora puts this, like, is just holding the spoon and just watching and like looking at the lights and the glitter falling from things and not even touching the apple pie. A very common thread through everyone at the table, just watching this beautiful performance that you put on, this well rehearsed kind of thing, something that you might use as just like, oh, this is just, I practice this and just know how to do this. It's just like old hat, right? To you, but to these people, it's very novel and it's very beautiful to see, I think. You finish up and a round of applause is what greets you. Your father and mother both look actually very nicely impressed with you.
Hell yeah.
If you can take that one and like give yourself a gold star if you'd like.
Absolutely.
And everyone seems very impressed. The conversation and evening continues for a time. You all talking about this stuff. Yeah. And at the end of it, everyone's just drinking some tea, talking. Young Honora and Ernest are asleep, leaned on Integrity and one another. Just too much apple pie and food and far too late at night. It's 11 p.m., far past their bedtimes. And you can talk well into the night. Your parents, rather, talk well into the night. And at some certain point, everyone can... Oh, Serenep, yes.
I was gonna say, when I see
yes.
that they're like out cold, because like I still have like all like the pillows and everything next to the
Yeah.
fireplace. I kind of like offer like, you know, if they can lay down, like so they're not like they don't like crank their neck, that kind of thing, like, or they can like
that
use
would
the
be-
bed if they want
that would be
to,
really-
like.
Yeah. No, you can put them... They should be fine on the ground. They're young still. Their backs will take it.
Okay, I guess I
For
kind
now.
of like just pick them up and bring them over and like kind of like situate them with like because like I still want them to be a little bit comfortable. Like the pillows are there to like help them relax, and they're like they're like laid out in front of the fireplace basically to kind of like just a nice little fireplace. Not too hot, I would say,
Yeah.
but like just a nice like fall
Yeah.
fire
Nice
happening.
to keep them warm in the cool evening. Mira, what were you wanting to do?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that as the like night starts to end and people start to kind of exit this room, I would like to stay behind for a moment.
Ooh, okay. Then in that case, people do talk for a moment. I think one discussion that comes up when the two kids go to sleep and Mira, your parents again, and Integrities and Winslers are chatting a little bit. Your mother turns to you, Mira, and goes, earlier you mentioned you had a girlfriend here?
Yes, she's really, really cool and great. She's in third year. Her name is Delmas Wraithrin. She was in the duels, so she'll probably be watching me. So maybe you can sit with her and get
yeah,
to
we
know
could
her.
sit
I
with
think you
her.
would really like her.
Are
she's,
her
she's,
parents here?
Yeah. So her father is my musical applications teacher. And so I guess
Paul
probably...
Wallaby, overhearing this, goes, "Ooh, yikes!"
And her mother is one of the assistants to Ms. Alla Algrim, and I met her briefly, but I don't know her super well yet. But
But you'd
you'd
met
probably
her?
oh
Your father says you've met the Lady of the Woods.
oh briefly, yes. She was weird.
I wouldn't be
Stairs.
so. I guess, yeah. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. I guess.
Do you know her?
Only. I mean, I was looking through all the legal cases of people taking suits against the Lady of the Woods for different damages. It's just the generalized name of her establishment, Mira.
Were
did you
there
not
a
learn that
lot
in
of
school?
lawsuits?
There was a fair amount, yes, but
Oh.
that's besides the point. Maybe, and he'll whisper to his wife, maybe there is a point to keeping her here just for the sake of exposure to more powerful and famous people. And your mother, who's for the most part kind of de-stressed from earlier, Mira, looks at him with a hint of venom, almost like a I think you'll hear her say, and she'll say, "Please don't ruin my evening right now." Anyways.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool if you guys were all to meet Delmas.
It would be great. And then very quickly, the conversation, as all parent conversations do, turns to all of their kids having partners and significant others. The question gets pushed around. Integrity, or this is how it goes. Emma will look at Amarette and you, Integrity, and go, "And what about you?" And your mom turns to you and goes, "Yes, Integrity. Do you have anyone you're dating?"
Me? Definitely not. And I will just like show like a weird face. Like that's no, I'm not into that right now, kind of thing. I'm all up doing my business.
I expected that, but I just wanted to make sure. You never know.
I
and
just
there's
owe someone 20 gold, but
that's nothing to do with relationships, though, right?
no.
Why would you bring it up right now? That's very worrying. To tell your parent, I owe someone $20 or 20 gold when they ask if you're in a relationship is strange. and worrying.
Oh no, it's a friend, and I decided to race him, and I lost. So now, and the bet was that I would buy him 20 like food worth 20 gold. So
Okay. All right then. Well, anyways, we should, before we bother our kids more, we should probably just go home. It's fairly late. I want to put the kids to bed, and we'll meet all in the morning for a trip around campus, and just being around the company of adults is something that I crave badly. Integrity's mother says, and the parents laugh in a way that old people do at dinner parties. And so the night comes to an end. The families split off in their own ways. Mira, your parents just tell you so much how much they enjoyed meeting your friend's parents. Your mother seems to be in a much better mood than she was earlier.
Good to hear.
Yeah, Integrity, your mom seems relaxed. You're holding one of your siblings, and she is carrying the other one. They are dead asleep at this hour of night. And Winsler, Yogg, and the Pa and Ma, you make your ways back to your dormitories. Yogg might actually stay and help clean up with Serenup.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yogg is the best.
And so
You and me both, Yogg.
we will pick up next time with Integrity babysitting the kids and y'all having a day at the festival.
Yeah, like I said, I have stayed behind in Serenup's room, so
Oh, sorry.
that might be a thing.
I thought that
next
was
time
you,
too.
Sarah. Oh, fuck. No, let's do that right now.
No, it's too late. It's already such a long episode. We can do it next time. It's fine.
Hello. Next episode, Mira stays behind in Serenup's dorm and turns dramatically as if to say something. And then right before she opens,
The screen goes
her
black.
mouth,
Oh my
before
How
words
about-
come out.
No, here's what happens.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
turn to Serenup and I say, "Why were you in the hat?" And then
Cut to black. Cut to
fuck.
black. Okay. That was it for this episode, folks. Ben, could you give us an outro?
Sure. Thank you all for listening to this episode
Sorry,
of Trials and
Sarah.
Trebuchets. I hope you enjoyed the wholesomeness that we had today.
It was really
I thought it
nice.
was amazing and great.
I'm glad.
If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and review on our Apple Podcast page. It really helps us out a lot by spreading the word to people who you want to know about the show, and it just helps, get the word out. We love more listeners. More listeners
More
is nice.
listeners is more
Very
fun.
good. We also have social media pages at
Yes.
Trials and Trebs for both Instagram and Twitter. You can find lots of cool stuff on there, like fan art that people make. There's also teasers for upcoming episodes that you can find there. Lots of cool Trials and Trebuchets content. Lots of content.
Everything is content.
For those who are feeling a little bit more generous, we also have a Patreon page where you can donate to one of our various tiers and gain rewards such as notes, maps. You might even be able to make a character NPC.
You could make an
that'll show
NPC
up.
character. I was hoping one would show up in this episode, but no one did because I went too slow.
Oh well, but that's
oh,
only if
well.
you're feeling. If you want to, it is completely optional, and you are not
Yeah.
obligated to do so.
Yes.
Don't
And
give us
there's a
money.
Discord server in the episode
Oh
description.
right, we
that
also
you can
have a link to
join.
our Discord server in the description
Yes.
of the podcast you're listening
This
to.
one and this one alone.
There are a lot of cool people that you can meet there who are
Yeah.
also fans of the show.
It's
And
a very
also
fun
not so
time.
It's
I
fun.
would recommend you joining it.
Hey.
I hope you all enjoyed this fun dinner party. It was a very good dinner party. Went off without any hitches, unlike every other dinner party in the show.
Dinner party.
This is because I was in charge of the dinner
Yes,
Yeah,
party.
Sereneth was in charge of the
Everything.
dinner party.
And
Sereneth is the
no,
boss.
no Wraithrons were involved.
Oh.
Anyways, tune in next week for more fun stuff and conversation about hatches. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I welcome to the month of October. I will be here to say thank ye to our patrons.
They give us money.
Gold doubloons.
Yar. Thank you. Plenty of booty.
This is too much noise happening like directly in my
Aye.
ears.
We be pirates, so we deaf from the cannons. We got to speak up.
What?
First,
It's kinda Nathan.
first and foremost. Oi, it's kinda Nathan. First and foremost of the patrons to thank for the month. I got jargon bargain. They be
I thank ye for your patronage,
jargon.
Jargon.
Jargon bargain.
It's a good pirate name on account of all the R's.
Thank ye kindly.
Ye can be the quartermaster.
Jargon bargain.
And the next patron we have to thank, we give a big hearty thanks to
Aye.
Aaron. Thank you
Aye,
for your
Thank you,
patronage.
Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
Aaron.
We can't escape pirate
Sarah.
voices forever. I'm sorry.
Aye.
Hey, Birdie! I don't know how to do it.
Just
Okay.
you gotta commit. Just be
Do
Johnny
your,
Depp.
do your best
I'm
pirate.
gonna be a modern captain.
Okay,
Or
do-
modern.
Okay.
Do it.
Yo, can you throw that cannon out there? Please hit them
Wait.
really hard so that we get their loot and booties and
Aye.
boats.
Aye.
But next to thank is Nicolaus Turney. Nicolaus?
Thank you, Nicholas.
I
Nicholas,
thank ye.
Aye, thank you, Turney.
Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you for your loot.
Arr! And the next generous patron to give us your loot is Magnus. Oh, that's a fine name. That'd be a good
That's with
name
a
for the
second
high
S.
sea.
Aye. Never a more fearsome pirate than there was Magnus.
Captain Magnus.
Aye, Captain Magnus.
Aye.
They be a patron now in the later years.
Cuckoo! I'm the albatross.
And who be the next in line to be shot out of our cannon?
Sam, you be the keeper of the list of the cannon shooting patrons. Who's the next in line?
Take it away.
Yeah, say this one in a pirate voice.
Our next patron be the curator or seriator, however it's pronounced. Thank you so
Thank
much
ye
for
for your
giving
patronage.
us.
Ye shall not walk the plank.
Thank you so much for giving us the map to your buried treasure.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye, arr.
And one last final piratey thank you.
Oh, aye.
Goes out to the most feared pirate in all the seven seas.
Oh, aye.
This pirate went to hell and killed the devil herself.
I tremble in my boots.
It's Allison.
I don't have any
Allison, thank ye.
Fuck yeah.
Captain Allison
The
Living
feared
legends.
of all the seven seas. Arr.
Aye. Thank
Should
ye,
be my
Allison.
timbers.
Aye, shiver me timbers.
Someone's gonna listen to this and then they're gonna be like, "So wait, you're telling me that they're not a pirate podcast the rest of the time, right?" And then they're
Arr, I couldn't keep this up for that long, you know.
You know, there's probably someone who doesn't listen to Conversations in Catapults who has no idea who this like sixth
you are.
voice is.
Conversations in Catapult.
Aye.
What do you mean? Nathan
Listen
is a
to
well-loved
Conversations in
player of this
Catapults.
wonderful podcast.
We be doing the pirate voices all the time on Catapult.
Thank ye so much for
This is
supporting
actually
our
how we
crew.
talk.
Thank
in
ye
real
for
life.
supporting. Thank ye so for supporting the Patreon, because without ye, we would not be able to keep the oil lamps oiled and greased.
We would have to be
I
using
love to
a
grease up my lamp.
disheveled blanket
There's
for
a
our
giant
sail.
leak in the boat, and with your
Aye.
loot, we can plug it up.
Aye,
It's
Aye.
still not fixed.
To afford the water.
Without
For
ye, these hulls be
taxation.
echoey and barren, but with ye, we can pay our bills and put up
We
insulation.
can get
so
rid of
that
the albatross
we
that's
can
been
get
nesting
rid
in our
of that
fucking...
pesky albatross. Thank ye for the month of October, the spookiest month of the year.
And
But ain't
pirates
nothing
reflect
spookier
that.
than us. Arr!
Pirates are the
Thank you.
spookiest animal
Thank
of
you guys
all.
genuinely
Thank you,
so much
patron.
Thank you
for
so
supporting
much.
us.
Thank you. Really though, thank you.
Yeah, genuinely, you guys are awesome.